Now, some residents of a Gauteng community are using a tavern to connect to the internet. What concerns the residents of Fochville is that children too patronise the watering hole in hopes of getting connected to the network. Meanwhile, the local library, which is also meant to provide access to information, stands unused. Newzroom Afrika's Zikhona Tshona with a report.
Fochville is about 74 kilometers outside of Johannesburg, a farming and mining town. In it is an area known as Kokosi, a township with this beautiful library, completed in 2020. But the community development facility is yet to be opened to the public. While there are two libraries in this area, this one is closest to many. So while the library stands, school pupils here have a tavern as the most reliable connection to Wi-Fi. These are images sent to Newzroom Afrika by a concerned patron at the tavern.
It was important for me to bring this issue because, I'm always here. I work here. When I want to send CVs, when I want to be online, I'm always here. And I always see the kids outside the bottle store or the tavern doing their homeworks. While there's a library that's been closed, people die in taverns, and they are here on a daily. It's Thursday today, it's going to be busy, Friday it's busy, but they are always here. It's easy for them to even, imagine growing up. All you experience is people drinking. When you are doing your homework, you see people drinking. What kind of influence are you getting? You should be surrounded by books, but you are not. You are surrounded by alcohol all the time.
The owner of the tavern did not want to speak on camera, but says he installed the Wi-Fi for his customers, not knowing that it will be helpful to his community. He says he's kept it passwordless, especially for the school children. The owner also says he tried to lock the Wi-Fi, but the community pleaded with him for free access. Ntando Madina has been working at the drinking hole for 2 years. He says the Wi-Fi is of great help to residents.
So
outside, we met with 15-year-old Alungile Tuswa. He says hanging around the tavern has become part of his routine.
Ndikhulule ndenze into emfunulenze like maybe mangiqoba ukudla if nginazo research ndiyaya ngefone uma ngifikayo phayana like bengizoya kwi library ne mari ziferenyana. It's just that apha kokufitshane, so that's why ndikhethe ukuya like mangiyenze research ndaya mangiqoba o research lento ngifuna ukuyi research ndi screenshot maqobile ngibuye ngizoyibhalela endlini.
The newly built unused library is literally a street away from the young man's home. The open library is a bit of a walk away. He wants better for himself and his peers, saying being this close to a tavern might end up tempting young people.
Into endiyithandela nge-Wi-Fi is just ukuthi like from now kuyangami like izondenzela ukuthi education yami like ibe easy abantwana like apha elutsheni sayinida i-internet.
His father says many young people in this area have turned to a life of drugs and alcohol. He says while he does not like the idea of his children hanging around a tavern, data costs are too high.
So a di etsagala mo strateng ga o feel di jata tsa rona ga itse ngwana o safe o kgona go use Wi-Fi jaaka a batla so re le gona re ba comfortable ka tabe yana.
Tafari Mungeri is a teacher in this community. He understands all too well the need for access to the internet for schoolwork.
I deal with these learners on a daily basis, and I know what's required of them as students. And there's a lot of work that's required from them, and they need the internet. They need resources for them to be able to perform. They don't look at contextual factors most of the time. They say the learners from the township don't perform. They don't produce, the results. But then we have to look at where these learners come from. They come from the townships, and the townships are under-resourced communities, like the library is there, but it's not functioning.
We're told by patrons that there are usually a lot more people outside the tavern, but numbers have reduced and schools are going on holiday on Friday. For Newzroom Afrika on channel 405, I'm Zikhona Tshona in Kokosi in Fochville.